if you're anything like me, you enjoy the bench press. I've been bench pressing for a lot of years. I enjoy it. I'm not a competitive power lifter by any stretch of the imagination, but I like moving weight. It feels good. It's a little personal challenge to do. One of the things that, and I've always done raw. So one of the things that I've seen on the internet, different people, young men on TikTok or wherever, moving impressive amounts of weight, and you'll see them with elbow wraps on, and you see some really strong guys with elbow wraps too. And maybe these young men are strong. I didn't mean to invalidate their hard work. I'm curious whether or not elbow wraps actually increase your pressing strength, because that seems to be the claim in the comment section. And if they do, how much do they improve? I've heard 30 pounds. I've heard people say even more, but I think it was more of a troll just to engage, bring up engagement from the algorithm standpoint. Do they improve joint stability? Is there an actual medical application for this where somebody has, maybe they have, aching elbows? Maybe it helps them with that. And then, are they worth using for raw lifters in regular training? I would be curious if there's an application where this could be incorporated into your training. Now, these are the PR brand, red camo, Larry Wheels brand. Brilliant man engineered these. It's actually very nice. Very nice. They're labeled left and right. They have a little loop on this to keep them together. They are challenging to achieve a good tight wrap on. There's some recommend that you use another person for wrapping them. That's the other thing, is that you'll find any assist that you get with these is going to be dependent on how tightly you wrap them. So there's variation in that regard. Of course, my hands feel like they're falling asleep now. Popping the Velcro on it. Hell of a distraction if you're used to just going in and doing it. These I do for just that extra little bit of stability. So one thing I'm going to do different. Okay. Never done it by 12. So my arms fell asleep. I did so I did it by 12. My butt came off the bench a little. I'd say that was pretty good. So, did I unlock a cheat code? I'm not sure. Never done 385 by 3. I get confused with Larry Wheels quite a bit. People are like, is that Larry Wheels? I'm like, no, I'm just Micah. That's who I am. But anyhow, not making a lot of sense right now. Maybe a lack of oxygen to the brain. Because when I open this. So back to the question. Do the elbow wraps actually increase pressing strength? Well, I don't know about strength, but they increase the total output. I was able to bench press 315 pounds by 12 reps. My butt did come off the bench a little bit at the end. You can invalidate the lift if you want, but I'm telling you, based off my own experience, that I have never been able to hit beyond 11 reps on 315. So there was definitely an improvement there. There was an increased output there. 385 I was able to get for 3 reps after doing that PR with the 315. I did that by 3 reps. Very good pause at the bottom. My butt didn't come off the bench, and then I followed up by many more. So there was definitely a measurable improvement in the amount of effective output. So do they help with joint stability and reduce elbow discomfort? Well, I don't struggle with elbow discomfort, but I will say that you definitely feel like like it's holding you well. So that is nice. I think there is potentially some benefit there. And then the last question is, are elbow wraps worth using for raw lifters in regular training? I believe that there is, maybe on the last set. I think if you use them on every set, you're going to spend more time wrapping and unwrapping, and it's going to take you all day to do your set. Now, this is just my personal opinion on the matter. I plan on using them some more, finding ways to incorporate them into my protocol. But I find that you got to try new things, and I think if anything, the CNS adaptation to the heavier loads, it's good. So in the long haul, really one of the things I would ask is, are they worth purchasing? Are they cheating? I would say that they're worth. The verdict's yet to come out on whether or not whether they're worth purchasing. I already did buy them, so I'm going to do my best to get the value out of them. They definitely add the assist. So it's I've never used a slingshot or equipped with a shirt like you see the equipped benchers doing, but the elbow wraps definitely assisted me, and by all measure, it would have put my calculated 1 rep max, I believe, at 440 pounds. I've never done 440 pounds for a 1 rep max. I did 405 at the beginning of first week of February. So that was with no wraps, just going in and came in fresh and did that. So that was 405. Now, when I did my 385, I'm basing that 440 pounds off the 1 rep calculation for the 385 by 3, which should put it, I believe it was in the neighborhood of 440 pounds. Keep in mind, I had done that 385 by 3 after I had just done my 315 pounds by 12 reps with my butt coming off the bench. I'm aware of that. But anyway, I hope you liked the video. Comment, subscribe, whatever. If they've been good for you, say you're using them and you love them, let me know why. I would love to hear why. Larry Wheels seems like a pretty cool guy. Buy his stuff. Larry, if you're listening, it's pretty nice. So anyhow, hope you guys have an awesome day.